Appreciate it for having me.
Great having you. Dan, take us to break, bud.
A quick review of the NCAA hoops from last night. Number 1, Michigan over Northwestern, 68-46. Number 3, Indy over Purdue, 97-60. Florida disgraced the Gamecocks, 75-36. Number 5, Duke barely over Wake, 75-70. And for this evening, there's no ACC games tonight or Friday. But on Saturday, you've got Clemson versus BC at noon. Virginia Tech versus UNC also at noon. Number 5, Duke versus FSU at 2 on ESPN. Wake versus Maryland also at 2 o'clock. And at 4 o'clock, number 14 Miami versus number 19 NC State. And on Sunday, before the big game, come by the Tilt and see Virginia versus Georgia Tech at 3 o'clock on ESPNU. It's the only thing on. I can't help it. In the NBA last night, Boston over Sacramento 99-81. The New York Knicks took care of Orlando 113-97. Phoenix over the Lakers like everyone else 92-86. Miami beat Brooklyn by 20 points 105-85. Atlanta squeaked it out over Toronto 93-92. San Antonio 102 over our beloved Bobcats 78. And tonight you've got Memphis versus Oklahoma City at 8 p.m. and Dallas versus Golden State Warriors at 10:30. The NHL scores: Ottawa defeated. What was that? I can't even see. My eyes are terrible.
I can't have a blind
Montreal
voice guy.
Sorry, well, it's been a while since I've done a hockey score. Minnesota over Chicago in a shootout 3-2. Edmonton over Phoenix 2-1, and Vancouver blank Colorado 3-0. Tonight's game is Buffalo Sabres versus Boston 7 p.m. Pittsburgh versus the Rangers also at 7, and the Islanders at the New Jersey Devils at 7 p.m. Ameritrust. You cover your mortgage, insurance, and wealth management. Call John Owens, the CEO. Give him a call at 704. You're
Blind
killing
again.
me, Ron. You're killing me. 704-926-8234. If that's your phone number, I apologize. But Ameritrust, I swear I'll have this written up a lot better if I get more than an hour
Dan,
notice.
somebody just called me.
Was that your number I gave out? I'm sorry about it. Well, this wonderful portion of the show is brought to you by Verve Energy Drink. When you feel the need for a boost of energy to jumpstart your day or beat the afternoon lull, reach for the energy drink you can feel good about. Verve, a full dose of the Vima formula and 80 milligrams of natural caffeine. It shatters the typical energy drink mold to deliver a product that is both uniquely nutritious and naturally stimulating. There's no better way to ensure you get the vitamins and minerals your body needs each day. Verve provides the highest antioxidant value of any energy drink, revitalizes energy levels, and supports a healthy lifestyle without the empty calories or jitters. To learn more, visit their website at www.vema.com. That's VEMMA.com. I think I got to get some air.
I can't even get close to that radio voice that you got.
I got a face for radio. That's what my professor told me.
.com. Almost. It was,
Smoke for 20 years.
well, I'm out.
That is not an advertisement, children. Do not smoke.
Children, don't listen to that.
Bad stuff.
Children, don't listen to that.
I'm working on it. I'm kicking it. I'm down to about 10 a day.
Are we having fun tonight, Dan? I mean, it like seems it's like a different show.
Loose.
Gamecock Shelley's back. It's like a different vibe in this place. I mean, Gamecock Shelley's back, and it's like the energy level just came up.
I'm telling you. And here I thought it was AC/DC last night opening the show.
That's what it was. I can't. I'm good. I'm good. So now, sticking with the baseball theme, of course, because he can have this one, by the way. Sticking with the baseball theme, because there's a football game this week. We'll now have our second guest of the night, Coach Stu Brown from the Mid-Hill American Legion team.
Thank you guys for having me.
Stu.
Thank you for having me.
Well, you know, we figure on the most important football Sunday of the year, we just talk all baseball for the night.
Well, you know, it's not only is Super Bowl starting off, but there's a lot of Division II baseball that's starting up this weekend as well.
Well, that's the thing about it is, I mean, this part of the country, you look at the college baseball and they get to start so nice and early down in all this nice weather that's going to be 37 tomorrow. But no, I mean seriously, I mean they get such a jump start on everybody else, which is really nice with all the college baseball.
Yeah, they really do. It's an exciting time of the year for me too. It's kind of getting back in the swing of things. You have days like you did yesterday before this front hit, but 70-degree days. I'm ready to get out on the field and start hitting some fungos.
Man, I'm telling you right now, we were at work yesterday out at the golf course, Piper Glen, thank you, one of our sponsors. And
Goonie Golf. It's actually Goonie Golf. You keep saying Piper Glen, but it's...
Nah, I mean, it's just a pitch and putt course, but it's all right. We're running around. I mean, normally I go to work in shorts, and then I put my good warm weather pants on and everything and work out in the course during the winter. And the last 2 days, I went to work in shorts, worked all day in shorts until today. And then we went today, and I'm like, what happened? Did I move back to New York? What happened there? But no, it's nice. I mean, we're driving past the high schools on a daily basis on the way to work, and you see all the kids out throwing and getting ready for the season. Like Coach Cook said, he's got tryouts coming up, and the high school season, the Legion season for you guys, it's almost really has become almost like a major league schedule the way it works out. I mean, the season's so short in time as far as the calendar goes. You guys are playing all the time.
Well, that's so true. And if you're a baseball player, that's what you want to do. You don't want to be practicing and doing all that. I mean, there's a time and place for that. But the fun part about Legion baseball really is just that we play a whole lot of ball games in a very short period of time, and you get to travel. And then not that we're traveling real far away, but the camaraderie. I think Coach Cook talked a little bit about that with his guys. And we just carry that on. And Steve Bauckham, our general manager, has done a great thing this year. And we purchased a bus, and we'll be able to travel truly as a team rather than jumping in a bunch of cars and heading to a game. So we're
that whole thing with the team bus, I think, is huge in a bunch of different ways. One, obviously, the camaraderie, the traveling to the games, everybody together, everybody gets on the bus. We ride there, we ride back. On the way there, you get hyped up for the game. On the way back, hopefully you're excited about the game if it's a win or, whatever the situation. But the other thing, too, is it's got to take a load off of your guys' shoulders worrying about these kids driving and how they're getting there and just the safety of the whole thing.
Yeah, well, that plays a major role in wanting to do that. In years past, we've always wanted the older kids to drive, but still, when you're talking about older kids, you're talking about 18-year-olds.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's the oldest they are.
And what a lot of people don't realize, by the time you get done, you're still on the road at 11:30 at night, coming back from Shelby or Charitable, or that's a long drive. But the other thing, RB, that I'm looking forward to is it's going to give us an opportunity to teach. We'll have these guys in a van on the way home or going, where we can actually talk baseball for an hour and a half drive. And it's just another opportunity to share some of our experiences and teach them a little bit more about the game and what to be thinking for in the next opportunity.
Well, and the thing about it is I think that's tremendous for the kids as well, because when you look at, there's not a lot of programs, and I'm going to say around the country, I'm not going to just say this area, I'm going to say around the country, there's not a lot of programs, and you guys aren't guys to pat yourself on the back, so I know you don't, but you look at a Daniel Cook, you look at a Brian Bunn, you look at a Stu Brown, you look at a Kelly Moore, you look at the guys that you guys have on that coaching staff, you have experience that these kids, I don't even know if some of these kids even know the experience you have. When you look at the backgrounds, you've worked and played for a Major League Baseball organization. You have Daniel Cook, who has played at the top level collegiately in 2 sports. You got Kelly Moore, who's got more baseball knowledge than I think I got a lot of baseball knowledge. He's got baseball knowledge that I've never woken up to.
We're very blessed in that fact. Yeah, I have kids come up to me and they ask me about what we've done in the past. And, I tell them a little bit about Steve's background and all. And you're right. We're not ones to pat ourselves on the back. And I'll mention something about guys who always ask me to tell stories about when I played. And we'll talk about when we went out and played in the College World Series. And kids will stop in their tracks and, you played in the College World Series? And I was like, well, yeah, the setup was different when I played. When we played, they called it the College World Series.
One, it wasn't on TV.
No, we actually, locally it was. When we played Oklahoma State, it actually was locally on.
Now, when you played Oklahoma State, you played against some big boppers, didn't you?
Yeah, I played against Robin Ventura. Pete Incaviglia, he had just graduated.
Oh, so you missed Incaviglia.
But it was a fun time for us because I don't know if you remember Brian Jordan.
Oh yeah.
Who went on to play for the Braves.
For the Braves and played for the Cardinals. For the Falcons.
Yeah, he was a freshman with us, so we played with him and going against some top name guy, Robin Ventura. He and Brian were the same age.
Right.
So it was really exciting.
See, I didn't realize you played with Brian Jordan.
Yeah.
I thought that was a couple years apart. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, my claim to fame is when Brian was a freshman, I was a senior, so I was a captain of the team for 2 years. He was a junior and a senior, so I got to tell him to pick up and carry all the helmets. And, I actually bumped into him at an airport, and he said, "Oh, I guess you're going to ask me to carry your bag." I said, "No, if anything, I'll carry your bag. You got a whole lot."
So you actually. Now, how cool is that in life? You actually got to punk a guy who played 2 professional sports a little bit when you're back in college.
I don't know if that's a real claim to fame.
But hey, you know what? I'd go around telling everybody.
But back to the point you were talking about, the kids, they are very fortunate. There's a lot of experience on our coaching staff that we're able to share things, from when we played, and also from a standpoint of just tell them the fun parts of the game, the stories and relating things like that. It really is nice for the younger crowd to hear that sort of thing. That's what makes baseball and any sport fun. It's the game itself is much more than what you see on the field. And even at the professional level, you hear these guys talking about they're talking a lot about the camaraderie and the things behind the scenes that makes it really a lot of fun.
That's kind of what I was talking about earlier with the college baseball and how close those teammates become and how much and how good students they are. And it's just being a South Carolina fan, I've had a really fun team to watch for a while now, and I follow them, and good, and I followed them on Facebook and on Twitter, and just go watch them as often as I can. And it's just amazing. They're really, really a close, tight-knit group, and now their coach has become the AD, and it's just amazing. I don't know if you heard before too that my cousin is Mike Martin, who coaches at Florida State, and
we played against him back in the day.
How is he still breathing? Everybody asks me that. It's like, really?
He is a wealth of knowledge,
and he's such a nice guy. If you ever hear him talk, you could tell he's from North Carolina pretty quickly.
Yeah, he's a good old boy.
Yeah, but he's just such a good guy.
He's a good old baseball coach.
He really, really, really is. He really is.
Well, and you guys hit on something earlier. You're talking about being a good student and all, and I harp on this, RB, probably every time we get a chance to talk. But what young athletes don't understand, when you play at the next level, whether it be baseball or my daughter plays college lacrosse, it's really becomes a job, but you have to be a student athlete, because it's not football or basketball where you're getting your college paid for in its entirety to play the sport that you love. If you're a great baseball player great tennis player, great swimmer, soccer, any of the non-revenue sports, you have to be a good athlete or a good student, excuse me, because that's where the majority of the scholarship money is coming from. I always say the athletic side of it offsets the rest.
Right, and you have to know how to study and